And I have assigned Ms. Music, Kathy Music.
Well, we need to do
Oh,
roll call.
Roll call?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Ms. Buckton?
Here.
Mr. Ball?
Here.
Ms. Garrett?
Here.
Ms. Perkins?
Here.
Mr. Eaton?
Here.
Mr. Parsons?
Here.
And Mr. Gibson?
Here.
Okay. We have Ms. Kathy C. Music coming to speak for us.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, members of the board, Dr. Hooker. My name is Kathy Music, and I did not officially get to welcome the new members, so I want to introduce myself a little bit. My name is Kathy Music. I grew up in Wise County, and I started my career in Wise County, ended it in Scott County. I was in education for my whole life, and when I retired, I took this job. I work for Virginia Professional Educators, and I represent teachers in the Southwest region. And so you see me at the meetings that you've been at, and I come to meetings and I take notes and I speak for teachers. So that's what I'm doing today. And I know most of you have seen how you work and know that your heart is there to make the school system the best for the students. And the people that make the school system the best for the students are your teachers and administrators and support staff. I mean, it takes every one of them, and they're everyone important. And the heart of a teacher, you know, it gets, I guess, as I look back at my career as an administrator, I had, one year I had 24 first-year teachers come to my school. 24, and they were awesome. It turned out to be the best thing. They kind of grew up together, but a lot of them have left the profession, and there's a lot of disrespect. There's a lot of reasons. Pay, of course, that's changing. The pay is changing, but the pay in Russell County is not where it needs to be. And with the local composite index, the LCI, it's not, you know, it's not that as compared to other places, the LCI is higher than a lot of the counties that have higher pay. And I've given you all a letter that talks about the comparison, and this was the information. It doesn't include the last raise that just happened in February, but 130th out of 132 school divisions. That's not good, and I know you all lost a lot of teachers as a result, because if you look at the beginning pay, I put on one of them the beginning, the middle, and the ending pay, and you can see you can hop over to another county really close by and make a lot more, and that is hard on your administration because you have to hire new teachers, you lose the experience, and then the cycle starts over and over and over again. And so now is the time. As I said, I represent 6 different school divisions, and I go to all those school meetings, and I love all of them. I mean, all the counties I represent, they all really, I mean, all the school boards I see, that they all want to do the best that they can, and I know your hands are tied. You are just the school board. This board of supervisor has to fund it. However, this year is the time, because the 2% raise has just come. The governor's budget says, well, they're just going to do a stipend or a bonus for teachers for this year. So there's probably no money coming from the state. And if you're ever going to get out of 130th place, this is the year to do it. Because if everybody's giving a raise, you're not going to move up. And so I just feel like I just felt compelled to come and say, I'm on your team, and I want to help however we can to try to see, because there's no, and of course I might be a little prejudiced, there's no profession that does more to build a county or to build it than education. And you know, young families that want to move, the first thing they look for are the schools. And if your schools are good and they have, that's important, and that helps you bring the people in. So there's a lot of selling points to that. Another issue I wanted to talk about is your administrative scale. And it is really, I did not realize, but forever, your principals and administrators, their salary is on teacher's salary. So when they get a 5% raise, they get a 5% raise of where they are on the teacher scale, which is $20,000, 5% of $20,000 less than what they should be getting. So they are way behind, and your instructional leaders are very important, and they put in long hours, and they're the leaders of your school. And I think everybody needs to feel appreciated. And if you can, and of course the Board of Supervisors that's up to you. You can do something about that. Form a committee and say we need, because your principal scale is like your teacher scale plus $21,000 plus, if you've got, most principals have a master's, so $7,000 or whatever for a master's. And I think if you just gave them the pay, I think I figured it out one time that, or maybe you could speak to this, Dr. Hooker, to give them a raise based on their salary, it was just like $20,000, and in a school budget, that's nothing. You know, $20,000 to give them the raise that they deserve. Plus, as they're looking to retire, just like what the state's given the teachers this year, and the teachers have had great raises from, you know, the last few years. I feel bad saying the teachers need another raise because they've had 5%, 3%, you know, they've had lots of good raises. But you all need to raise up, and this is the year to do that. But I think it was $20-some thousand would be all it would cost for the raise for those principals. And I know in a tight budget, maybe $20,000, but in a school budget, that's pretty easy. That's pretty easy to find. But I'm here. If I can go to a Board of Supervisors meeting, whatever I can do to help, I'll be glad to. But I just want you to consider that. Oh, I didn't finish. The main thing that you could do, what you all could do, have a committee, form a committee to look at principal pay and get them a pay scale. You know, I looked at a lot of, in researching for this, most just have like a six steps pay scale for administrators after only 6 years. So it goes up to, after 6 years experience, you don't go any higher. Some, I think Washington County went, you know, had the whole 28, 30-year pay scale or something like that. Some have more, some have less. But you get a 10-year pay scale, have it, a beginning salary for the principal should be this. Of course, you have to do some research to see where all your principals are, what their pay is now. You don't want it to be less. Who has the highest experience, you know. But I know somebody could do that, get 10 steps, and get a principal or an administrator scale. I think maybe a lot of the administration also are on that teacher plus a stipend. But it'd be good, and you can go and Google all the scales for most of the regional school divisions. Some are harder to find than others, and see what they pay. But I think that would mean a lot and do a lot for your administrators, and they're your school leaders. So anyway, I thank you for your time. I'm glad to help in any way that I can, and I appreciate all that you do. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Music. I think we have to wait till 5. though.
Brooke needs a sunshade.
We might have to try to do them.
Yeah.
If you knew something about that little lady upstairs, Johnny's apartment. He said, it's she.
Like some of them could.
I'm trying to explain. We did, we did. That's where he's going tonight. How's Joanne?
They can't get her out of the hospital. She's trying to get into therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And they had an appeal on her insurance. And Jamie been on the phone all day trying to get something done. She's doing pretty good.
Mhm.
She's I believe she's 12 weeks non-weight bearing.
Is that right?
These insurances is crazy.
Yeah, I know it.
Probably need to ask her.
Huh? He's running the roads.
Everybody's taking care of him, and
Yeah. Yeah, everybody's trying to make sure he's got something to do.
sure.
He drove by it twice before he ever realized it's her.
That's something.
Yeah.
Now that was really a fun wreck, wasn't
That's a bad place, sir, when that's a happening.
it? Mm-hmm.
I tell you another place out here at this auction.
Yes, that's where I figured it was. People pulling in and out. They're taking their utility bills. Yeah. And they're gonna do assessment on it. That's what they're gonna do about it. And then they'll come back and do different like what they did today.
Okay.
5 o'clock, we'll close public hearing. Roll call for the board members again. Ms. Webb?
Ms. Compton,
Here.
Mr. Ball,
Here.
Ms. Garrett,
Here.
Ms. Perkins.
Here.
Mr. Eaton,
Here.
Mr. Parsons,
Here.
and Mr. Gibson.
Still here.
Okay. Thank you. Dr. Hooker, would you like to go ahead with your updates for the board?
Yes, I do have a few updates and some things I'd like to share with you that's going on throughout the division now. As far as the construction is concerned, of course, the Honaker High School football field bathrooms are under construction at this time. The installation of the air conditioning for Honaker Elementary School will begin in a few weeks. And remember, those two items were funded through ESSER funds. In the original ESSER application, Lebanon Elementary School was approved for the construction of a gymnasium. We are looking to construct a standalone metal gym like the one at Copper Creek Elementary School, but a little larger to accommodate more students in the higher grade levels. So that's in the plan right now, because that was approved probably a year or 2 years ago when the ESSER grant came through. Honaker High School football lights or field's new poles and LED stadium lighting are scheduled to be installed and will be completed by football season. And if you remember last year, we discussed this, and this will be a 3-year plan to replace all the football stadium lights. So Castlewood High School is scheduled for the following school year, and Lebanon High School the next year on that. So that's the construction updates that I wanted to give you. We talked about the All In Virginia initiative from the VDOE, and that has funded Russell County Public Schools money to be used for all-in tutoring, the Literacy Act, and chronic absenteeism. That gave us $1,876,000 to use for only those 3 initiatives. And I'll repeat that, it's all-in tutoring, the Virginia Literacy Act, and chronic absenteeism. And to explain what those 3 initiatives are, the All-In Tutoring provides students intensive and accelerated support in their academics. And we've hired teacher tutors and outside tutors that work before, during, and after school hours with our students who have gaps in their learning. Students have been identified for these services. So we've hired those people to come in, and they work before, after, and during school hours for those particular students to try to close those achievement gaps. As far as the Virginia Literacy Act, it was passed in 2022 by the General Assembly. This is to improve early literacy outcomes for young learners. Some of the things that we're doing with the money at this time is Ms. Jenkins will be conducting several trainings on the science of reading that over 75 teachers will be attending. Upon completion of that training, each teacher will receive a $300 stipend that is funded through the All In Virginia initiative. The division will also engage in the adoption of core instructional reading materials for K-5 students. We have already hired 3 reading specialists for K-5 in the last year, and we are going to hire 1 more for the 6-8 grade levels in the upcoming school year. And then other professional developments will be planned accordingly with that initiative. The other component of the All In Virginia initiative is chronic absenteeism. That is, you probably hear that a lot on the news and around, but Virginia has gone in all to fight chronic absenteeism. Missing 2 days of school a month may not seem like a lot, but it can add up to a child being considered chronically absent. Frequent absences can have an impact on a child's success in school. After much discussion with our principals, they are using the funds to purchase incentives to be given to students for good attendance with as weekly, monthly, semester, and end-of-year incentives. They will be doing presentations for parents explaining the importance of a good attendance. We have also purchased an attendance app called Attendance Intervention Suite through PowerSchool to assist our school administrators and truancy coordinators to track students who are truant and chronically absent and try to help to communicate with parents better. In the next 2 weeks, to help with the chronic absenteeism, I will be working with the principals in setting up a program from the Virginia Department of Education where students can make up missed time, missed days. So that will be before or after school. K-5 elementary students must attend 2 hours of flexible in-person instructional time, and grades 6 through 12 students must attend 3 hours of in-person flexible instructional time to reduce a traditional day absence by 1 day. So that means if they make up 2 hours K through 5, they'll take 1 day away. If grades 6 through 12 make up the time with 3 hours, that'll take a day away on their absences. This is to help recover lost instructional time and meet students' academic needs. This will also help the schools with their chronic absentee rates. So do you all have any questions?
Would it be 1 hour in the morning, 1 in the evening?
They could, and we're real fortunate because we have 21st Century Learning Grants, that we already have the transportation in place, we have teachers in place, because it has to be a licensed teacher that we have in place, so we're hoping that we can get this started in the next couple of weeks so students can make up their days.
I have a quick question. I had a parent asking me about this because they were upset over the absenteeism thing, because they're missing out on a field trip. So what happens, because we don't want the kids to go to school sick, if they're truly sick, how is that gonna, because now the parents are gonna be upset, the kids are gonna be upset because they're not gonna be able to be in the running to get that free.
Well, hopefully with the time, this initiative that's come
Making
down,
up the time.
they'll be able to make up their time. So if they've missed 3 days, then if they go with 6 hours, then they will make up that time. And they can get their incentive.
That's good.
If they have doctor's excuses, does that still count as them being there or not?
It still counts as chronically absent, yes, unfortunately. That's all I have, Madam Chair.
So we can go into executive. Okay? What are the codes? Does she have the codes?
It is A1, A7, and A8.
Do we have a motion that we go into executive session?
Make that motion.
Thank you, Mr. Parsons. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Mr. Ball. All in favor?
Aye.
And do you need the codes now? Okay. Go
Madam
ahead.
Chair, I move that we go into executive session under 2.2-3711A1 personnel, 2.2-311A number 7 consult with legal counsel, and 2.23711A8 consultation with legal counsel in general.
Okay. And we'll be back out approximately 6:30. Motion to exit executive session.
I'll make that motion.
Need a second?
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, give us certification, Mr. Ball.
Madam Chair, I move to certify that to the best of our knowledge, only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements, and only such public business matters as were identified in the motion to go into executive session were heard, discussed, or considered in executive session. 2.2-3711 personnel, 2.2-3711A7 consultation with legal counsel, and 2.2-3711A8 consultation with legal counsel in general.
Okay.
Ms. Copeland,
Yes.
Mr. Ball,
Yes.
Ms. Garrett,
Yes.
Ms. Perkins,
Yes.
Mr. Eaton,
Yes.
Mr. Parsons,
Yes.
Mr. Gibson.
Yes.
Okay, we'll now stand for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the
United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Have any delegations this evening?
Good, let's bow our hearts for a word of prayer. Heavenly Father, we thank you again, Lord, for being out tonight to do the county schools business, and just ask that you give the board and superintendent the wisdom of Solomon to lead the county according to your will. And thank you for those that we're honoring tonight, their dedication to the kids of Russell County. And just ask that you continue to keep your hands of blessings on this county, the county schools, teachers, students. Just let 2024 be a great year for our county. In Christ's holy name, amen.
Amen.
Any others?
Do we have any adjustments to the agenda?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Need a motion to finalize our agenda this evening?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Mr. Parsons. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Ms. Perkins. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, approval of the minutes. Do I have a motion that we approve of the minutes this evening without reading?
I make a motion that we approve the minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Ball. Do I have a second?
I second.
Thank you, Mr. Eaton. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, Dr. Hooker, we're down to the recognitions for the evening.
Yes, I'd like to ask Miss Georgia McCoy to come up, please, to help with her recognitions.
Thank you, Dr. Hooker, Madam Chair, Vice Chair, members of our Russell County School Board. Our first recognition is going to be Teachers of the Month. This is a little different. These are co-teachers that work at Lebanon Elementary School. So I would like to ask Lori Stutes and Andrea Mead to come forth, and their principal, Ms. Tabitha Long.
Thank you.
Thank you. I want to read the nomination. I would like to nominate both Lori Stutes and Andrea Mead. They co-teach 3rd grade at Lebanon Elementary School. They both have my daughter in class. Lori and Andrea both go above and beyond while teaching these students. They devise fun lessons to help them learn and frequently show a caring heart. My daughter constantly feels seen and heard in her class when it matters most to her, while still learning. Miss Mead is an exceptional teacher of math and science. She uses up-to-date and fun teaching methods, making what can be a difficult subject fun and easy. Ms. Stutes has helped instill a love of learning and easy comprehension in my daughter that I'm so proud of. Both of these women deserve immense praise. I'm extremely thankful for the energy they pour into all the students at Lebanon Elementary School. Ms. Long, would you like to say a few words?
Well, you know, all of that. These are two very hardworking ladies, and, you know, Miss Stutes would be what we call the old hat. She's been with us for a while, but Miss Mead has come in just with us a couple of years, and you'd think she's been teaching for 20. So I'm very pleased and proud to have both of them with us at Lebanon Elementary.
Ms. Stutes, Lori Stutes has been named Teacher of the Month.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Teacher of the Month.
Congratulations.
Thank you for all you do, honey.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good to see all you do.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Andrea.
Good to see you.
Our next group to be recognized tonight are employees of the month, and they are the cafeteria staff at Swords Creek Elementary. That would be Miss Regina Dye, Miranda King, and Rita Powell, if you'll come forward. Dr. Gent, principal, please. Elementary consists of Rita Powell, Miranda King, and the cafeteria manager, Ms. Regina Dye. These ladies go above and beyond their designated roles and responsibilities. They are such an integral part of our school here at Swords Creek Elementary. They are constantly decorating, planning, and stepping out to help when and wherever they might be of service. They are currently in the process of creating a beach week filled with activities and dress-up ideas for the children as part of school lunch week. They never miss a chance to sing happy birthday to each and every child. How wonderful it must feel to have someone care so much about you that they inspire the entire cafeteria to sing happy birthday just for you. This happens for every child because of them. They all served a major role in our Veterans Day program, both in preparation and serving, which was such a reverent and meaningful opportunity for our children. Their cheerfulness and positivity has such a great influence on our school culture, and it spreads to both students and staff. If someone were to select an ideal group of women to serve Swords Creek Elementary, this is the group they would create. Their demeanor, kindness, and dedication should surely not go unnoticed at this juncture in their career. So congratulations, ladies.
Swords Creek Elementary School has been named Support Staff Employee of the Month. Congratulations. Miranda King.
Thank you.
Swords Creek Elementary School has been named Support Staff Employee of the Month.
Good to see you.
Regina Dye.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you
Swords
for
Creek
all you
Elementary
do.
School has been named Support Staff Employee of the Month.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear.
Thank you for all you do. Thank you for what you do.
Dr. June, I know the ladies have sat down already, but would you like to go ahead? Would you like to go ahead and say a few words about that?
Absolutely, I'll write on them anytime I can. They, you know, everything, Ms. McCoy's words there were spot on. This group is just above and beyond. I never have to worry about them. They make my job a lot easier. They are just on point with everything they do, inside and outside their responsibilities. They're influential, and that plays a big role into our school culture and atmosphere as a whole. And so this award and this program for recognizing employees like this is a great opportunity, and this is the type of people that we want to continue to recognize with this award. So girls, it's a special night for you. Enjoy that moment, and thank you for everything you do for us.
Thank you. All right, our next group of recognition goes to our Russell County School Board. As you know, February is our School Board Appreciation Month, and we would like to take this opportunity to recognize each and every one of you all. And of course, each school provides that opportunity to recognize you when they prepare a meal each month for you. So, and I think this month it was Russell County School, Russell County Career and Technical Center. So, and I know it's probably a great meal. But the first recognition, it is Russell County School Board Clerk Appreciation Weeks, and that's next week. So, Ms. Webb, if you'd like to come forward.
Is that it's been a pleasure, and it is a pleasure to work with this board. They're great to work with. You know, if I need anything, I can call upon them. If they know that they can call upon me as well, and I want to thank them for everything that they do for me. And this lady too. I couldn't do it without her. So this is the 2024 VSBA School Board Clerk Appreciation Week to Brooke Webb. Thank you. And this is a gift from the board. Thank you all. Kim Ball. Miss Linda Garrett. Mr. Bob Gibson. Mr. Kippy Parsons. Miss Christy Perkins. And Mr. Jonathan J.J.E.
No, we are important. Here's your sign.
That's it.
Okay, we're
I think it's fine.
down to the bills and the accounts. Anybody have any comment or anything? Question or anything? Okay, we're to the resignations and retirements.
Yeah, we need a motion on them.
I make a motion, we pay the bills.
Okay. That might be a good idea.
Second.
Got a second? Thank you. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, we're to the resignations and retirements.
Madam Chair, we do have a short list.
Okay. Do we have a motion that we approve the resignations and retirements?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Mr. Parsons. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Ms. Perkins. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, our new personnel and transfers. We have a motion to approve these.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Mr. Parsons. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Garrett. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Okay, Dr. Hooker.
Yes, we do have two action items tonight. The first one is to rescind approval of the School Board Advisory Committee.
I like to make that motion, and I don't know if I can elaborate a little bit. Is that okay?
Sure.
I voted to create this committee last meeting so we could have an open conversation with the Board of Supervisors, because to my knowledge, in the last several years, we didn't have such a good relationship among ourselves. But instead of doing this, we have decided to meet every month with our budget committee, and we'll discuss the same thing that we was going to with this advisory committee. So we take our budget, we discuss what we can and can't do and the ideals we have going forward, But this just opens up a dialogue between us and Russell County Board of Supervisors. And I think it's a great thing that our budget committee is meeting every month. Every budget committee we have, they're there as well. So we're still meeting. It's with our budget committee, so we're still going to pursue this and going to continue to meet with the county on this. So, but I make the motion to rescind this.
Thank you, Mr. Parsons, and thank you, Mr. Eaton. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, Dr. Hooker.
The second action item is the approval of the proposed 2024-2025 school calendar.
And I think you actually did a poll with your employees, did you not,
Yes.
Dr. Hooker?
One of the big changes here is we did try to do a poll to see if they wanted the week at Thanksgiving or a week at spring break. And we were able to actually do both because it was almost half and half. So we were able to do a week at Thanksgiving and a week at spring break.
Very good. Do we have a motion that we approve the calendar?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Ms. Perkins. Do we have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Garrett. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, we're to our sales tax. As of 12/31/2023, $403,447.42. ADM 3,134. Okay, we have our maintenance report. Any board member have any question? Our expenditure report.
I do have a question. I'd like for us to be able to look into where we're getting our broadband from, our internet through all the schools. I've looked through the budget, and we pay a lot of money for internet at each one of these schools. I'd like to see if we could talk to these companies and see if we couldn't do a joint account or something, because I know several of our schools uses different companies. If that, and that may be a cost savings too, if we could kind of bundle them all together with one company, rather than using the 2 or 3 that we're using at the moment. I just thought we could discuss it with some of them and see if we could get our rates down.
I can discuss that with Mr. Lovelace.
It's all one company. All the schools are served by Centennial.
I thought I seen a bill from Point Broadband on here as well.
We have some telephone lines with them.
Okay.
Yeah, but all the internet is Centennial.
Did they bid for this service?
Yeah, we bid it out. We're in a 5-year contract right now. We're in the 3rd year of it. Yeah, we bid it out every.
That's good to know. I didn't know that. Thank you.
Yeah. We'll have to bid it year after next again.
Okay, future agenda items. And our meal was prepared by the vocational school, but it was ordered by the middle school, Lebanon Middle School. So we want to give Jill Evans and her crew, which is always exceptional. Best eating place in Lebanon, I have to say. Future calendar items? Dr. Hooper?
We don't have any this month.
Now, our next meeting, due to the primary on Tuesday,
March the 5th.
March the 5th, they'll be having voting at the schools, so our meeting will be that Thursday.
Yes, there will be no
March
school
5th.
on March the 5th due to the presidential primary.
March the 7th.
So that meeting will be March the 7th. Okay, we're down to the adjournment. Do we have a motion?
I make that motion.
Thank you, Mr. Parsons. We have a second.
I second.
Thank you, Mr. Ball. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Gonna have to have more than two. Ayes.
Aye.
Or we'll be standing here a while.
Me. I'm so proud of my certificate.
Glad you got that.
She'll have to buy her
Oh, I
frame.
feel so important, don't I? Can we go shopping tomorrow? It's a frame.
Clyde will be so proud of her.
Oh, he will. He'll think I'm doing something.
We about to get that one.